Good morning, everyone. I hope you are well. Lovely to see you today. The end of your first week of this academic year, and you've done brilliantly. So pleased with the way that you've been behaving. So pleased the way that you're learning our new routines, and so pleased how happy the majority of you seem to be, which is great news. So I'm going to talk about something today. It's about learning, and we need to talk about learning because this is what we're in the business of. This is why you come to school. So just to remind you, the RBOTs, what they are about is learning. Somebody who's a successful learner does these four things. And the four things are: they're reflective, they're resilient, they're resourceful, and they show reciprocity. So that's why our RBOTs are named after them. We've got RBOT 1, reflectiveness, RBOT 2, resilience, RBOT 3, resourcefulness, and RBOT 4, reciprocity. So that's the way why we use them. And I'm going to talk about learning in general, but one of the things really today, it's about resilience, and it's about being able to keep doing something even though it gets really tough. So my first question to you today is, what have you got better at over the holidays? Now, it might be that you've had the opportunity to go swimming lots, so you've actually got better at swimming. It might be that you've been learning a martial art and you've been going to those classes lots. It might be that you've been spending some time practicing your reading and you've been doing that a lot, and as a result you've got better. It might be that you've had some time learning how to ride a bike or something like that. I learned some good new cooking skills this holiday. And the reason why I ask you that is because if you notice, when I said all those things, I said that you were doing them a lot. And that's because to get better at something, you need to practice. And we're going to come on to that in a minute. Okay, so I'm sure you've heard of this television programme, Britain's Got Talent. It's on every year. Apart from this year, apparently. Not going to be on this year, but it'll be back in the spring. And it's got that word in it, Britain's Got Talent. But my question to you is, what is talent? Now, I was a bit confused about what talent was, because, some people say, oh, he's very talented. He's a talented footballer, you hear that phrase. Or you might hear, she's a talented mountain climber. You hear these phrases and you're like, I don't know what they mean. And so I thought I'd look in the dictionary, and this is what the dictionary, where you find out what words mean in that lovely book. This is what the word talent means. A talent, a gift or aptitude, is the skill that someone naturally has to do something that is hard. It is an ability that someone is born with. People say they are born with talent. And I like that phrase, people say they are born with talent. This is Charlotte Worthington. She won a gold medal at the Olympics for her BMX, her bicycle BMX riding skills. Here she is performing a 360-degree loop, and she's upside down at the moment. I didn't turn the picture upside down. She's actually upside down in the air. Was she born being able to do that then? Because that's what talent says, because you would say that she's a talented BMXer. But was she born being able to do that? I don't think she was. I think what she's done is she's practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced, and she hasn't given up. She's kept going, which is where it comes back to RBOT 2, resilience. Now, the way we think about this is that I don't know. When I was at school, I wasn't very good at PE, and because I wasn't very good at it, I didn't really do it very often, and I didn't try. In my spare time, I didn't kick a football around. I did other things. I played with my Lego, played with my Star Wars figures, read a book, did some drawing, looked at comics. I really liked comics. But I didn't spend any time practicing my PE skills. And as a result, I never got better. So nobody said I was a talented footballer. But then why would I be? Because I never practiced. But if somebody said to me, are you any good at football? I said, no, I'm rubbish. Rubbish at football. But actually, that was not true. I wasn't rubbish at football. I just couldn't do it yet because I didn't try. I didn't spend any time doing it. And this is what's called a fixed mindset. If you have a fixed mindset, you think you're either good at something or you're not good at it. In my opinion, I wasn't good at PE. But that's not true. I could have changed it. And what I needed to have was this thing here, which is called a growth mindset. A growth mindset it means that you don't see not being able to do something as a negative thing. You see it as something that actually you just can't do it yet. And it says, failure is an opportunity to grow. I can learn to do anything I want. Challenges help me grow. Okay, so it's about understanding that actually if I put the effort in and I try really hard, then I can do something. I can be successful. And I'm not going to give up when things get hard. So what can you say to yourself? So if you think you might have a fixed mindset, some people have fixed mindsets about things like they might say, I can't draw. Then what you can do is you can say something different. So instead of saying, I'm not good at this, you can try thinking, what am I missing? Instead of, I'm awesome at this, think, I'm on the right track. Instead of saying, I give up, I'll use some of the strategies that I've learned, and we'll help you learn those strategies. Oh, it's too hard, I can't do it. Instead, try thinking, this may take time and effort. I can't make this any better. Try thinking, I can always improve, so I'll keep trying. I just can't do maths. I'm going to train my brain in maths. I made a mistake. Mistakes help me learn better. She's so smart. I'll never be that smart. I'm going to figure out what she does, and I'm going to try doing that. No, this is good enough. Is this really my best? Plan A didn't work. I like this one. Good thing the alphabet has 25 more letters. So this is some statements, some strategies that you can use just to help you think differently and not give up and go, I can't do it. Just think, I can't do it yet. I need to try something else. I need to practice. I'm going to share with somebody with you today. This is a man called Chris Riddell. Chris Riddell is a writer and illustrator. In fact, I'm going to stop talking because you're going to see what Chris can do. And bear in mind, he's older than me, so he is really old. And he has spent his life drawing. And when you watch him draw, you go, this is what practice does. Okay. Just before we look at the video, here's a selection of some of the books that he's written. They're really great. We've got The Sleeper and the Spindle in the library, I know. Horatio Happened. I don't know if we've got that, but I've got it at home. Neil Gaiman and the Graveyard Book. We've definitely got that, and we've definitely got, fortunately, The Milk. I know that there's a copy of Coraline knocking around school. I know there's a copy of Goth Girl. Not sure about the Edge Chronicles. You'd have to ask Mrs. Hamilton, but we have books illustrated by Chris Riddell, and you'll recognise them. So I'm going to be quiet now, and we're going to see Chris drawing in action.
I'm going to start with the ears. Now, the Band Bear is a great big creature, twice the size of a grizzly bear, but he has very small, delicate ears. And I'm just drawing the ears now. So they're quite small and delicate, and they twitch because the Band Bear listens out for sounds in the forest. If he's got very, very good hearing, and he's a big, fierce creature who isn't afraid of anything at all in the deep woods. I'm now drawing his eyebrows. He can look quite fierce. That's one eye. And that's another eye. He might have heard the snapping of a twig. He's a little bit concerned. He's wondering whether there's something out in the forest. Panda bears live in the vast, deep woods. They build nests each night to sleep in, nests of grasses to keep them warm and safe. I'm now drawing his nose. See if you can keep up. These are his side whiskers. And the most distinctive thing about the Panda bear is his tusks. The Panda bear has these two large tusks. They're very, very useful for plucking fruit from high up branches, and very, very good for defending himself if he's attacked by creatures in the deep woods. Now I'm drawing his jaw. and his big, hairy and quite mossy fur. Here he is. You can see he is really quite large, quite fierce, but don't be fooled. Bandar bears are very gentle, and if you meet a bandar bear in the deep woods, you can make friends with a bandar bear quite easily as long as it knows that you don't mean in any harm, and then the bandar bear will protect you and will be the best friend you could have, because he'll defend you in the deep woods. The only thing this great big fierce creature is afraid of is a very small creature, and I'm just going to draw in the background the little creature that the bandar bear is most afraid of. And it's a very small creature that looks a little bit like an orange tennis ball bouncing through the forest. And you wouldn't be afraid of it if you just saw a little orange creature like this bouncing along. But what the bandar bear knows is that when you see one of these little creatures, behind it there will be hundreds, possibly thousands following along, because they hunt in packs. And when they spot a bandar bear, they all get together, they open their mouths, which are full of teeth, and they will pursue the bandar bear through the forest. The only creature that the bandar bear is afraid of is this creature, and it's called a wigwig. Drawing is really good fun, and if you have a sketchbook with you at all times and you're somewhere, and if you're in a museum or you're relaxing in front of the TV, you can take out your sketchbook and you can draw something, and you can invent your own creatures. And inventing creatures is a lovely way into thinking of stories and writing your own stories. So I say to anyone who wants to become an illustrator or a writer, keep a sketchbook. Fill up your sketchbook with drawings and ideas.
Wow, he was amazing, isn't he? He is such a good illustrator. He's so good at drawing. But of course, what he does is he draws all day long. He spent hours and hours honing his craft, his art, and getting good at it. Believe it or not, when he was your age, he probably, he wasn't that great at drawing. But what he was doing is he was practicing, he was trying it all the time. I'm sure there's lots of you out there who are really good at playing some video games. And you're really good at playing that video game because you practice all the time. I'm sure there are people out there who are really good at reading. And the reason you're really good at reading is because you practice, because you enjoy it, and you keep doing it. If you find something difficult, then what happens is that it's harder to do it. So you don't do it as much. But actually, it's good that things are difficult, because after a while they get easier, and then you just do it naturally. Okay, so when we think about this program then, this TV program that we talked about earlier, which is called Britain's Got Talent, should it really be called Britain's Got Talent? Or should it be called something like Britain's Got People Who Practice Loads and Get Really, Really Good at What They're Doing? I know that's not as snappy a title, but really, because talent implies that you're born with it, and you're not born with it. What happens is that you develop your skills, and you practice, and you get better and better at something. Nobody is born really with that innate talent. You might have a natural aptitude to being able to do something, but you have to put the practice in to get good at it. So I want you to remember that when things get tough this year, when things get tough, you've just got to keep going. And understand, actually, it's all right that it's hard. It's okay that I get things wrong. I need to do that to learn. So, obviously, you're doing some great jobs around the school. You're showing integrity, you're showing respect, and you're showing excellence. I know that we're running low on stickers, so I'm on that. I'm going to order some more. And I know that we're running on postcards, so I'm going to order some more. Normally, what we'll do is once a week, we'll have a celebration assembly. This week, because it's been a bit different, I haven't had all the names in, but I'm getting them. So we'll make sure that we have a celebration assembly next week. Okay, so keep doing all those wonderful things that you're doing. Have a great day, and I'll see you around school. Bye. Bell, bell, bell.